Okay, okay. I think guys can hear me clearly now. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, okay, okay. I think guys can hear me clearly now. Let's move on. So yesterday trade, if you were in my live stream yesterday, you see the trade I called yesterday. This is just a trade update I gave yesterday. Basically. So if you see out yesterday, I said we should wait for price to break out. If you miss out my live stream yesterday, just go back on my YouTube channel and check out my live section to see I uploaded the video. Now I said we waiting for price to break this trend line and come back to retest, then wait, give up, then we enter the trade here. But I missed this trade basically because I was not active by this time. This was 6 a.m. Nigeria time. So I was basically not active. I was not active during that time. So I was not active during that time when the trade took place basically. So by missed that. But those people I called for is I'm sure you guys will have taken a trade basically if you guys were active by that time. You're in your country time. So you're active by then. So on EURJPY also I said we're waiting for a breakout of this weekly high. Then if there's a close above it, you guys take the trade. Basically, I added more trade on this on my personal account. I added more trade here at this point here, my personal account, not my profile account, my personal account. So if you guys took this trade, congratulations on you. You have a massive profit. So our target is basically the previous high on the forward time frame because this is a break of structure. Okay, price will start going to the upside now. So the next target is going to be our previous high on the forward time frame. The previous high, that's our target basically. That's our target. So right now I'm up $4,200 on this trade right now. This is my life account. This is my life account. So I'm up on that trade. Basically, I'm up on the trade. I'm up on the trade. Basically, I'm up on the trade. So I'm up 4,300. Yeah, yeah. Currently, see, but price is pushing on. Price is going to push up to this point here, to this 165. There's 120 point at this EURJPY. So this is my profile account. So I can't actually show my personal account because I didn't log it on here. It was logged in on my phone, on my mobile device. So now that is it on the trade update. So for this also, even take more trades on this EURJPY because price have left us far. So now I'm also going to teach you trend line concept today. So now I'm waiting for another push up to come down, another rejection, probably another rejection back to this point here, back to this our trend line point here. And once there's a bounce up at this point, you guys take the trade also. This is also another trade update and which I'm dropping right now. If there's a retracement back to this point, this section of our trend line, then once you wait for your structures and boom, take the trade. So that's another trade update for today. So today I said I'm going to be teaching you guys something actually basic, something that I see most traders usually struggle with, which is how to draw a trend line basically. How to draw a trend line basically. So trend line are basically just price that they serve as support and resistance basically. That's a very short term of explaining what trend line is. They are just support and resistance for the market. That's at the point. So whenever price comes to this point, price reject basically. So now I see many traders always draw trend line wrongly. They draw trend line in the wrong way, which I think that's one of the most mistake beginners used to make in the forex markets. You guys draw trend line in the wrong pattern, in the wrong way, basically. So now yeah, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to draw trend line basically, how to draw a good trend line basically. So let me open a clean chart. Let me open a clean chart because you guys know I trade USDJPY and EURJPY alone. These are the only two currency pairs I trade basically. So let's open EURJPY or no, let's open EURJPY. Let's clear out our drawing. So now if you want to draw trend line, let me mark out, let me clear this out. Now if you want to draw trend line basically, we're looking for what? Two lows or two highs before you draw a trend line. Okay, you must see two lows, two valid, not just two lows because there are a lot of lows and highs in the market. Okay, but you must see two valid lows and two valid highs. Okay, so before you can even know that okay, yes, a low is valid and a low is not valid. You must also have a good knowledge of market structure, which I'll also be teaching you guys later on in my life as I continue doing lives on YouTube and Rumble, and also I'm going to be uploading some tutorial videos on my YouTube channel. So you guys should actually follow. So you guys should actually follow my channel and stay updated on the video. Sorry for the background noise earlier. So for background noise. So waiting for two lows, okay. So now even draw a trend line, I at this point here now, even start out drawing your trend line. Example now, let's start with an uptrend now basically. So now I'm pricing an uptrend basically. Now even draw a valid trend line in this current price condition, you won't just draw a trend line like this. You won't draw a trend line like this. This trend line is not valid. Okay, it's no longer valid. It's not a valid trend line. Okay, but this trend line now, there's a low here, there's a one, two low, there's a two low here. Now some people will be like, okay, yeah, why is this not a valid trend line? I have two lows here. Now you have two lows, but you don't have two valid lows. You must have two valid lows before you can draw a trend line. This is not a valid low. Okay, now this is at this point here now, this is the correct way of drawing the trend line, because I have two valid low here. Okay, this is my first low at this point here. This is my first low and this is my second low. Okay, this is the two valid low. Okay, now this low is no longer valid because price broke this trend line at this point here. Price broke it, so this trend is no longer valid. So if price broke on a trend line, doesn't mean okay price won't start going down or price won't start rejecting. That's where most traders make failures. Mostly all those traders that used to trade trend line breakout. Okay, they make this mistake a lot. If price break a trend doesn't mean price won't start rejecting or price won't start going against the trend. Now, for you not to know that, that's also if you have a good knowledge of market structure, that's gonna be able to pinpoint these things here. So now we have two lows here at this point, two lows here. Okay, this is first low and this is second low, basically. So now this is a valid two low. Now what we're waiting for is price to come back and touch it the third time. So if price is coming back touching the third time, that's when we were taking our entries. Now, based on my own strategy, which is called the fusion strategy, I use like 4 to 5 confluences in the market before I trade, but I must see a minimum of 3 before I take an entry. Okay, but if I see all 5 of these, that is an A plus. That's what we call A plus trade basically. So for me now, if price come bounce up trend, I won't just take the trade. I must see some other confluences before I can take the trade. But if you want to know more about my confluence, about my strategy basically that I use, just shoot me a DM on Instagram or Telegram, or just join my channel or follow me on Instagram or message me. I'll actually reply. Okay. Now that's how to draw a valid trend line. Okay. Wait for two valid lows. Okay. Look for the last low that you can see, the last major low that you can see. The last major low that you can see, then you must mark your trend line out. The one we're waiting for is find that third bounce of this trend line. Boom, then we take our entry. Okay, then we take our trade basically. We take our trade basically. Now if it is a downtrend, if it's a downtrend, now let me look for a chart that is in a downtrend. Let me check Euro USD, probably is in a downtrend. If you also want me to analyze any currency pair, or if you have any question, just drop it down in the live box or live chat or comment section after this video. Okay, you can drop it right now. I'll also analyze the chart for you. So let's open Euro USD. Let's see Euro USD. Okay, this one also is an uptrend. It's also an uptrend, but this is also the okay. Good, good, good. Okay, good. Now if you see this trend line here at this point, this is a trend line here. Okay. Now why this is a trend line? I have two lows. Okay. This is my first low. This is my first low, and this is my second low. Okay. So in trend line, what we call, I won't be going too much in depth in trend line. Okay, there's some trick and stuff that I should teach you guys, but I won't be going in depth because this is a live section. If you want those, just shoot me a DM. Okay. Now I have two lows here. These two major. This is my first low. This is my second low. They're good. I have a trend. I have a trend line. So in trend line, we also have what we call inner trend line. Okay, inland trend line and trend line inside of a trend line. Okay, now even drawing in an inner trend line, we don't draw a trend line like this. These are wrong ways of drawing trend line. Okay, these are long ways of drawing trend line. If you want to draw an inner trend line, you go to the last low that price bounce off the major trend line. Okay, and this is this point here. This is this second low at this point here. Then you start drawing out your trend line at this point. Okay, start drawing your trend line at this point. Then drag it out. Okay, good. I have to bounce off here. This is my first bounce. Then this is my second bounce for my inner trend line. Okay, this is my second bounce off for my inner trend line. Then good, then this is the third bounce. Now you can see price came back the third point here. So if price come back the third point, you take your trade at this point here. Price bouncing off the trend line at this point, you take your trade, you target the last what, the last high, okay, at this point here. Okay, good. Now you can see you take this trade. Now if you are taking this trade here, I would have been in massive profit by now. Okay, I would have been in massive profit by now. You can see. So last place that price want to, price is definitely going to come back to this our high here to come and break it, which is based on market structure. Okay, based on market structure, price bouncing off the trend line means price is coming back to this point here to break this structure. So this is going to be our target. Okay, that's how now I'm using I'm teaching you I'm teaching you trade management indirectly. Okay, now price is coming back to target this point, so this is going to be your targets basically. Now price bouncing off the third time, this is a very very good example. So if price bounces off the third time and price now come back there the fourth time, I'm going to be doubting the trend line, because this is another trick and another rule in trend line. You must see a minimum of 3 bounce of a trend line before you can see a break. Because after 3 bounce, the fourth bounce is not actually going to be, except it is a major structure or a major trend line that you draw, probably the monthly or the weekly or the daily time frame. Price can bounce on the fourth time. But if it's a trend line that you draw on the 4 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes, the fourth bounce and doesn't always happen. Okay, at least 50 to 60% of the time, it doesn't always happen. Okay, now, after this third bounce or the fourth bounce, there's probably going to be a breakout. Okay, so at this point, the third bounce would have making a profit. So that's a good way of drawing trend line. Now, let me try and look for a downward trend line I can make example of. Okay, let me see one that is going down. Let me check GBP USD. Let's see if that is in a downtrend. Okay, this is also in an uptrend. Wow. This is in an uptrend. Let me check GBP CHF. I'm looking for a currency pair that is currently in a downtrend, so I can use as example for you guys. Okay, this also is an uptrend. Wow. So what currency pair is currently a downtrend? Let's check AUD. Okay, good. Now this now price is currently in a downtrend now on AUD. Okay, at this point here, not overall downtrend though, based on what I've seen, but at this point here, price is in a downtrend. Okay, now what do we do? We start drawing our trend line. Like I said, even when you start drawing a trend line, the previous high, the last high you can see, that's where you start from at this point here. Good, this is my first high. Then if I drag it out, I have my second what, and that second valid high here. Now I'm going to drag the trend line out. Okay, I'm going to drag the trend line out. Good, now I have a valid trend line. Now after drawing trend line, I can see structures inside of that trend line. Then I'm going to draw my inside trend line. Okay, they call them inner trend line. Okay, I'll draw my inner trend line. Like I said, you want to start drawing your inner trend line, you start from the previous high or low that price created. It was your major trend line. This is my major trend line here. So I'm trying to draw my inner trend line now. I'm going to start it from here, not from here. I'm not going to start it from here. This is the wrong way of drawing trend line. Okay, I'm going to be starting from what? I'm going to start from here. Okay, now drag it out. Okay, good. I have my what? My first valid high. Then I have my second one. So at this point here, price came back and bounced over the third time. Now you can see this third bounce. Before this was my previous high before. If the price was at this point here, this is going to be my previous high. Okay, to drag the trend line out, then I'm waiting for a bounce of the trend line the third time. Okay, now when price came back the third time, I would have taken my what? My sell. Okay, taking my sell after I see my confluences, taking my sell. Then I'm not going to target what? I'm going to target what? My previous low, which is this one here. Then good, I would have making my profit and I'll state of the market. Okay, that means I make a profit, you're off the market. Okay, good. Now if price now come back to this trend line, I'm going to be doubting it because the first touch of a trend line doesn't always happen. Okay, you must see a 3 bound there, and basically price bounce of a trend line 3 times before there's a break. Okay, even though price bounce of a trend line 1, 2, and now come back and break the trend line on the third one, know that that break is not, that's not even a valid break. Price is going to come down and keep going on that market structure. Okay, price is going to keep following the market structure basically. Okay, now let me use EURJPY as an example. Let me use EURJPY as an example. EURJPY as an example. Let me use EURJPY as an example. Okay, let me go on to the 4 hour time frame. Let's draw a trend on 4 hour time frame. Okay, good, good. Let me clear out all drawing. Now, I can see EURJPY is currently in an uptrend, basically. Okay. Now, even draw a trend line. I'm starting from what the last low. Like I said, always draw a trend line from the last low you can see. This is my last valid low. Then drag it out. Okay. You can see. I have my what? First touch. I have my first touch. Then my second touch. Then what I'm waiting for is what? The third bounce. Okay. First bounce, second bounce, then the third bounce. So when price break it at this point, I know that yes, this break doesn't mean price won't start going down, doesn't mean a downtrend won't start happening. Because price must always bounce off the trend line the third time. Okay, price must always bounce off the trend line the third time. That third time is always very, very certain. At least 80% of the time it happens in the market. That third bounce is sure. Okay, so when price breaking in this point, I know yes, this trend line is not so valid indirectly. Okay, I know a price won't start now. You can see what price did. Price break it, then price keep going up. So price broke it and price start going up. Okay, you can see at this point here, price broke it, price start going up. But if you have a good knowledge of market structure, you know that yes, this break doesn't mean price won't start going down. Okay, this break doesn't mean price won't start going down. Okay, based on market structure, price is in an uptrend. Okay, that's what still make this trend line valid or indirectly. Okay, now you can see after price break, price start going up. So when price start going up, what you adjust your trend line. You adjust your trend line, okay, to this point. Okay, this is my new low. Okay, adjust your trend line. Okay, that's basically how to draw trend line. Okay, so if you have any question, please just drop it in live chat box. Okay, I'll be answering all questions basically. Please just drop the question in live chat box. Just drop the question in chat box, please. Sorry for the background noise here. If you have any question, just drop it in chat box. So basically, that's how to draw a valid trend line. That's how to draw a valid trend line. Okay, good, good. That's how to do a valid trend line. If you have any question, please just drop it in the chat box. If you have any question, drop it in the chat box. Thank you. So that's basically how to draw trend line. If you want an in-depth class on how I draw trend line, please just shoot me a DM on Telegram or just check out my profile. You see my Instagram profile and shoot me a question. So like I said, my fusion strategy basically, I know most of you want me to always talk about my strategy and all. Basically my strategy is I use a strategy that is called what fusion strategy. Let me type it out. The fusion strategy. Okay, good. This is the strategy I use called the fusion strategy. So my strategy consists of what? 5 confluences, okay? You must see 5 confluences, but I don't always have to see 5 confluences before I take a trade. I must see a minimum of 3 confluences before I take a trade. So my confluences are trend line, psychological level, support and resistance level, which I also call demand and supply. Then what my weekly high and low, okay, then what my market structure, then candlestick patterns, okay, candlestick and chart pattern. There are about six, not even five, there are about six. That is candlestick patterns and chart patterns that I must see if I can take a trade. Those are my confluences basically. So now today I'm going to be talking only about my trend line, okay. Then tomorrow I'll go in depth on the actually I'm going to be talking about my support and resistance tomorrow and demand and supply. I actually mark them out and I use them, okay, which you must also have a knowledge of market structure if you want to understand support and resistance properly. Okay, you have a good understanding of market structure. So basically market move in structure. Okay, so the first thing I always advise beginners to always learn is market structure. Always learn market structure. Market doesn't just move straight up. Okay, you can't just see market going up like this. You can't just see market going up like this. It's not this is not possible. Okay, this is not possible. Can't just if price is going up like this, people would have been making a lot of money. There have been a lot of billionaires in the market. Okay, but price always move what in structures. Okay, that's your price move. Price always move in structures. Okay, price move in structures. Structures. This is where price move basically. So if you can understand this market structure, then you have the key to success in forex trading. Okay, that's apart psychology also. Okay, I'm talking about the technical aspect now, not the psychology aspect, because psychology is also very, very important, which I will also be going in depth in my other videos. Okay, please just like and subscribe. Okay, I'll be talking about in my live section, other live section. So if I have any question, please just drop them in my live chat box. Okay, so my price just move in structures. Okay, so just understand market structure, then you what? Boom. You already have the key to success in forex trading. Okay. So that is all I'm going to be talking about today. Then let's go back to our live our live trade that is going on right now. They're good. Good. This is our live trade that is going on. Trade I called yesterday in my yesterday live. Yeah, this is trade basically that I called yesterday live. You can see price is still pushing up massively. Let me turn on my psychological level. You can see price is still going up massively. You can see it. So if you want to add, those of you that miss this trade, if you want to join the trade on EURJPY, because this is the current trade I'm up right now. You can see I'm up about $4,300 right now. You can see it at this point here. This is profit section here. You can see it. You can see it. So you're up about 43 right now. Good. So if you want to add to this trade or add more entry to the trade, just wait for price to retrace back to this point. I'm also dropping a video probably today or tomorrow about how to identify pullbacks and what, and I know difference between pullbacks and what a shift a trend change in the market. Okay, because people who do most are beginners and some also advanced traders also do mix it up. They don't know the difference between pullback and what a full trend change. So I'm dropping a video of them tomorrow or next tomorrow in my YouTube channel. Okay, my YouTube channel. So those of you that want to add to these trades, like we said, just like the trend line stuff I explained now, we have first, second, then we are waiting for a third bounce. So at this third bounce of each trend line, that's how I'll be advising you guys to take an entry. Okay, you guys make sure that the psychological level, the view pattern, then we'll take your entry. Okay, source, waiting for a price retracement back to this point, then take your entry. I'll also be adding more entries here. I didn't show my personal phone's account because I didn't actually link it. Okay, I use my phone actually. Okay, but if you want to add to this trade, just what? Okay, just wait for your third bounce of this trend line. Then you had your entry. Then you are what? You are good to go. Basically, you are good to go. You are good to go. So yeah, I think that's going to be all for today. That's going to be all the explanation I'm going to be making for today. Like I said, if you like we one-on-one class and all, just shoot me a. And if you enter this trade at this point, be targeting the previous high, which is at what 165.218. That's where your take profit should be. Okay, 161.25, and just shoot at least 30 to 35 pips. Okay, then target 165.218. That's our target. Okay, that's our target basically. Okay, that's our target. Now if you enter, if I at this point I entered right now, I'm up about, can see I'm up about 200 pips now. Basically 200 pips this guy. So we're targeting 300 pips. Okay, I'm targeting 300 pips. Okay, 387 pips basically. Okay, so that's my target basically. Good, you can see the price push up right now. You can see this push right now. Price is going up massively, like still going up. Let me check our attitude. You can see we are up 4,600 right now. You can see. So price is even going to push off this one. But at some point in time, there's going to be a retracement. Okay, price must always bounce off this trend line the third time. Okay, might happen at this point here, might happen at this point. So once you see the third bounce of the trend line, once you see a third bounce of the trend line, then what take your entry, guys. Take your entry. Full lot size. Just go in full lot size and then let's make money off the market. So that's going to be all for today. If you need any explanation, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and or Telegram, okay, and join my academy, FemNova Pips Academy. Then join my trading community. Then keep making money together. So if you guys have any questions, just drop in live box. I'm waiting for you guys at least. I'm waiting for at least 5 minutes right now. So if you guys have any questions, just drop it in the live chat box. Okay. Open live chat box. Let's make some money, guys. If you guys have any question or what I just explained right now, just drop number. Just ask question live chat box, please. Just ask a question. Just go on the explanation of what I explained. Right now, you can see we are still up $4,600 in the live trade I called yesterday. So, like I explained, waiting for the third bounce before you can add more entries at this point. Wait for the third bounce at this point or at this point. Okay, price started still going up to the previous high, the forward time frame, previous high of EURJPY. You can see it. You can see right there. This is where we're still looking at for price to come off. Okay, this is still going to be a target. Then same thing on USDJPY, the trade I called yesterday. Just check on my YouTube channel. Search for the trading disciples on YouTube. You see, check out the videos, check out my live stream. Okay, you can see the trade I called off here also. See your help. Okay, so let's make some money, guys. Let's make some money. If you have any question on trendline on my strategy, please just ask them in the chat box, please. I'll be responding to all questions. Okay. You see our live trade right now. We have 4,600. Please just ask your questions before we end the live stream for today. Okay, I think that's going to be all. Since there's no questions, that's going to be all for today. Thank you guys for joining in on my live stream. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Okay, please just stay active on my live stream. Then we'll make money together. Thank you. Have a nice day, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.